guys, Navonod. Hold on. Just check out a couple of spots here. Well, actually, how did that how did that first game get over so quickly? Zoom on in and take a look. I don't remember. I don't really recall this first game very well. But okay, so the main point is that I had a game with this guy. That's a good way to end. Oh, that was all in pre-flop. I remember that. Yeah. So tens in versus deuces. Okay, so the second match against this guy. Now, I was a little bit tilty going into this session because, well, I went on my famous martingale tilt where I play beyond my bankroll and lose and lose and lose, and then so I decided to jump up, and then I lose and decide to jump up, and so next thing you know, I'm playing NL 100 and lose 2 games at NL 100 for a net loss of $400 in one session that took me God knows how long to make. So definitely could have been tilty, but got my shit together today, and I did drop back down to NL10. That's going to be a very temporary situation, I'm pretty sure. And I won this first game, so that always helps. But let's take a look at game 2 here. Okay, and this is why I'm saying don't punt. Okay, don't punt. It ain't over till it's over. Fat ladies singing, that kind of stuff, right? So we open King 8. And we catch a, what I would call a decent flop and heads up. Decent. Above average. No, it was a great flop. Alright, and here it's kind of like if you have any reads, like this 9-3 suited for me can be a fold, a call, or a 3-bet if we're going to have a light and polarized 3-bet range. Or if we're going to have a polarized 3-bet range and we're going to have some light 3-bets then when we're out of position. A hand like 9-2 suited can be the right kind of hand because it's really close between calling and folding, so that means it's a good, those are the hands that's the right place to start looking for bluffs. Like if you think your opponent is just going to play very 4-bet or fold against your 3-bets though, and I think that was my read at the time, then you want to choose hands that have blockers. Because you're not, like, the playability of the hand doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter if it's suited. Okay, so is this the hand in question? He checks back, and we decide to go for the punish. Punish the pre-flop raiser's check back with a polarized overbet turn range, and he folds. And we've done this to him a few times in past. And you want to do that with a polarized range when they check back. If they're not checking back any traps, then you know that they're checking back a mediocre hand. Okay, so here we are. This is the hand. This is the one. So we catch again what I like to call a decent flop in no limit hold'em. No limit Texas hold'em. I'd seen the guy make light 3-bets in past, but mostly I thought he was value heavy. Anyway, I don't think I have to defend calling King Jack offsuit against a 3-bet. Pre-flop, but anyway, okay, so he checks, and I decide to go for the check back, thinking that I can induce a bluff. This, remember, is game 2. You've got reads. And if he won't put money in here, he probably wasn't going to put in 2 streets anyway, and I can get all of the money in if he bets I can raise, was my thinking. Oops, run right into it. Okay, so are we dead? Like, should we just, like, punt and just get on with the next match? We've got, what, 2 big lines? We're at a slight disadvantage here, but we do manage to get it all in here. Good, and we get the hold. Okay, cool. So, I mean, still, we've got 80 chips, right? He's got almost 3,000. But that's twice as good as it was last time, right? So don't punt. Just, like, so many of these games. Now, look, if you have, like, a really, if you're playing below what you really could be on your bankroll, I get the temptation, but if you're doing anything like along the lines of bankroll management, then look, you know, these 32 percenters here, sometimes you hit them. And God, the more I think about this, the more I'm tempted to say, maybe you should just print. And good Lord, how can you even imagine a world where anyone could ever turn it around in such a big way? I mean, how many freaking times did we have to get all in a hold, or get him to just like lay it down? I mean, how can we amass? How can we turn 40 chips into 3,000 chips? I mean, heads up, is it even possible? Well, I mean, anyone who's done lessons or sessions with me knows how I feel about this. Like, these things, if you have an edge, if you can, you don't have to get all of those all ins. It's not like you have to actually get it all in and double up that many times. What just happened here? It's like you just have to get to a point where you've got enough chips to play, you know, and then once you can play, you just grind your edge, you know. So here we're still under 10 bags. It's like, yeah, you know, we probably have to make this call, and it's kind of sick, but look, we got it in good again. And here we just jam, he just folds, and here we get it in as a flip, and we win the flip. And that's all it takes, and now we're like right back in there. At this point, it's like, how can we... Okay, well, let's just roll it from here. Calm down, it's been 7 minutes, kids. Okay, so... yeah, like, still under 10 bags. I think the next hand we kind of already saw. Is it King 7 suited. He rips it, we kind of have to call. Not much we can do about it. And, you know, sometimes he's... I mean, we'll catch him in here screwing around every once in a while, right? This guy was a little tight with his jams, but look, every once in a while. Oh shit. Let's hear this audio. Maybe it'll be interesting. This is a conversation. 40. I was down to 40 and didn't remember it at the time. I was talking to my fiance through all the heated action. She's super interested in poker, so that's cool. So he raises and we rip, and now we're in a flip. Okay, we gotta kill this volume. I get it. You guys don't give a shit about that. Okay, so there it is. You know, we win the flip. We're at 20.55 against his 870. We started this bitch with 40 chips. We didn't start it. We started it with a cooler. Right, we had a full house. We flopped King Jack trips. We flopped trips on Ace King King. We make a full house. Kings over Jacks. Heads up is usually good. He has pocket aces, and he takes us down to 40 chips in like the third or fourth hand. And now we have a chance to actually win this. And whether we do or not, you know, it's not really the point, right? Like, we give ourselves an opportunity to win. And if you think of it like this, like all of the times that your opponent punts in this spot, when he's got 40 chips, he's just like, oh, the hell with it, walks away. Look at this. We just get it in as a monster favorite. All of these times where we get it in, and look at that, we actually won. We actually won. And all of those times that you don't punt and your opponents do punt, that's your edge. You know, that's your edge. You are making money due to the principle of reciprocality, which I know is a stupid fucking thing to call a principle because we've got this nifty word reciprocity. But hey, it's not my principle. I didn't name it. Don't hate on me about it. It's the principle of reciprocality. No, you know what? Screw that. Let's call it the principle of reciprocity because we're not ridiculous, right? But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got inspired. I hope you pulled away inspiration from my video and my force of will, my can-do attitude, if I can say so. I'm just kidding, but I mean I'm not. It's like definitely do this, right? Oh, here's the next thing. Can I get to this? I can't get to this. Let's do this. We'll do it this way. Here's the next thing. In case you get... Oh, shit. Am I doing that weird, like, record a partial screen thing I am? Son of a puppy. Well, I might not be able to show this. Or, I mean, I'm sure I can, I just don't know how to. I want to get this, well, I can pause you for a second. Hold on. Did I do it? Am I doing it? I feel like I'm probably doing it here. It's gotta be, right? I don't know. Hopefully you can see this. So this is what's coming up next, and it's been a while since my last, like, concept video, because look at all this stuff. Like, I'm going over basically my entire school of thought. This is what you guys are waiting on, so be patient. Clarity and efficiency, you know, like no limit hold'em strategy as such or per se. Elegance, efficiency, simplicity, precision, range efficiency, taking sharp lines, precise adjustments, target with every chip you put into the middle. This is my philosophy on poker. I'm not saying I'm an expert at always doing this, but I know that this is the thing you need to be an expert at doing, you know. So it's like they say, when the cat, you know, is away, when in Rome, that's not it. Those who can do, those who can't teach. But this is, I mean, we're going deep on this, right? Navonod, Nolan Oldham approach, the entire approach. Like, this is what we're going to be talking about. So it's taken me a while to get this thing all figured out, but this is what's coming. You know, why do we play some hands and not all of our hands? Or back here, what's the whole approach? Well, it's right here. You're looking at it. Why do we play some hands and not all hands? That's important, right? I never read that in a book, so I had to figure it out myself, and I'm giving it to you guys for free, at least a part of it, you know? And I think this is it. It all comes down to these things. If it's not one of these things, then it's a secondary thing. And there are some secondary things, like you can have blockers, and you could say that the utility of this hand could be a thing, but or that you're using some hands and not some others because of coverage considerations, but those are really not intrinsic. And I think we'll probably talk about the difference between those things too. Constructing ranges, you know, how do we construct a range? When do we use this kind or that kind? And then like bring it right back to simplicity and efficiency. And I think I can squeeze everything I know about life into about a 12-minute video. But I'm going to try to get this about, you know, 20, something like that. So just kind of wanted to put something out, guys, and I don't know, like, I know there's people that, like, there are people that are excited about my work. I know this, you know, people say things like, you know, where have you been? I mean, I've been looking for this kind of thing, and I can't believe it took me so long to find this, and do other people know about you? I mean, I get stuff like that, so I know there are at least some non-zero number of people that are super excited when one of my videos comes out, and hopefully this was at least not a disappointment, because you know, you got something a little bit inspirational, like don't give up, and then we've got like a little teaser, and also a, I don't know, something along the lines or on par with an explanation for why it's been so long, and maybe you can understand that this stuff is not easy, and I haven't, it's not, like, on the real, it's not just that I haven't figured out what I want to say. I haven't figured out how much I want to say. Like, how, like, do I want to, you know what, let's open this up. Why don't you tell me how long you want this topic to take? And I mean, like, I could go over these slides indefinitely. We could talk, I mean, my students listen to me talk about elegance and efficiency, like, ad nauseum, you know. I mean, we could go on and on and on about these things. Or I could just do like a quick overview. Or I could do a quick overview and then we could go into each specific thing. You tell me, how do you, like, this is like Burger King. You're going to get it your way. You tell me how you want me to cover this material, and I'll cover it that way. Yeah, do we want to talk about things like Zen and how it figures into a healthy mindset, like, you know, the mindset of yours truly on, you know, some days. But I think that's it. And plus I say things like namaste, so I must be, you know, basically a Buddha, right? I think that's how that goes. Till next time, guys. Word to your mothers, and namaste, bitches.